and welcome back to a personal code of conduct. It's Dayo and I'm going to record on Anchor because for some reason I know that my previous Anchor podcasts were actually kind of good because I think Anchor has an inbuilt noise cancellation function. I don't know. Today is ridiculously late because it's 20 and I'm just recording this even though it had been on my mind all day. And I constantly remove it and avoid it. But this podcast keeps me grounded. I can't believe it has been 2 years. 2 years since the start of my search for answers. And I haven't gotten one answer right. I'm gone from frying pan into fire. I wouldn't call it frying pan to fire. I said that I've gotten from one frying pan into a different frying pan. And I'm starting to realize there are different faults and personality faults in my character that they only ever become a problem in different stages of life. And for some reason, places without established structure seem to be heavily attracted to me. And I'm like, why? No, one of the biggest things I can't believe this is a fantasy of mine, but then again, when you're from a third world country, even though you are from a structured middle class family, one of the things that'd be a fantasy is to be in a place with structure and order and rules and relative amount of rest. But whereas nobody has a relative amount of rest. In fact, you have a good amount of rest, you're just burnt out for no reason. And you wonder, how the fuck am I going to live the next 70 years? I'm being generous with myself. How the fuck am I going to live the next 70 years? If just 24 of them, I've been through several stages of stress. Not really stress, personal disappointments in myself. I bought you a whole cake. I'm making a whole cake. Then I'll not be able to sleep. When I'm thinking I get fat again because I just realized, oh my god, suddenly I can no longer wear dresses without feeling my thighs. Off points, CMI, who cares? I wonder how easy I am to find. None of this is a random talking to myself podcast, me trying to burn time. But this cake and this yogurt is damn good, so yeah. But I think I want to teach myself how to grind. Because one thing I realized is that in the previous time, I got myself out of a situation. I'm so proud of myself for getting myself out of that situation. I got myself out of a situation by completely separating myself from that situation. I'm focusing on presenting myself as a capable candidate in different points that I was able to answer, provide, for interviews, for structure. And I think I did well. I think I was able, I was capable, and I think I want that Dayo back. But I need to find a different approach. I can't drop anything because now I have real spending power and I don't think I'd want to lose that. Because then I didn't have real spending power. I could just stay back at home and it'd be worth it to me than where I work. But now I have real spending power. So I can no longer make the decisions of, oh, this is not right for me. I'm abandoning this to look for something else. I'm deciding a different course of action, which is how do I get myself into the next level. I'm proud of myself for last year for getting myself into this level. But I think I'm capable of more. I'm capable. Cake is finished. I can't believe I finished all the cake. But I worry that I'm too entitled. Like I'm some delusional hero that thinks the world revolves around me and everything will turn out fine. But because of my own fear, my own entitlement, I tend to overlook the hard work that I put into things and drown in misery. I wish I had more cake. Because cake is like really addicting. Okay, not addicting, it's like this cake is too sweet, but like it's not like horribly too sweet. Even I'm eating with sweetened yogurt again. I was wishing like it was like either the cake wasn't that sweet and I got like sweetened yogurt, or I got like unsweetened yogurt and a sweet cake. But it's not bad. I just really like Dayo yogurt. And I found a new place where I can easily get all the drinks I want. All of the drinks I want, all of the time. It's called Mr. Drinks. Well, obviously, it's called Mr. Drinks. So like, yay, no more yogurt shortage. I'm so happy. And I won't have to go to a whole ass superstore just because of the yogurt brand that I like. Now to dilute the yogurt to water. It's like a random vlog slash like dead guy lament as usual, as with the philosopher Dayo. But with philosophies, what do I know? That's the disturbing thing about like realizing you know nothing and the world is too big to care about you. And I'm like, that's fine. But if you want stability, you have to. That's why I think I admire my older siblings. My older brother especially when it comes to like ambition and in terms of other things. If you desire stability, you have to fight for it. And I'm like, I don't know. You need to crawl yourself out of your personal hell. My goal is to find a place with an experienced data science team and to join it. I like the idea of being a pioneer, but I think I need to be honest with myself. No matter how anyone tries to sell it, I do not think I'm ready for that. I need structure, I need order, and I need growth. And I need to get you need to see the state of my room, it's disgusting. And I cleaned it last week, oh. Okay, I cleaned it last week Sunday when I did like my first I can't believe, I think May should go fast. Like if May goes fast, it'd be fabulous. I'd be so happy if May goes fast. Cause like I can't, well I don't know if I'm saying this, but like good news is going to happen, like fantastic things are going to happen to my sibling, like amen, in June or July. Can't wait till they get here. The whole process is very long. Well, you can obviously infer what I'm talking about. But it's like a happy moment and I want to be there for them. But and again, I'm no longer going to go to a yoga shortage. I can't believe this is just like 9 minutes of me rambling. I sometimes wonder what was I talking about for 45 minutes when like I first started this podcast. I no longer have I feel like I say a lot more in a lot less time now. Because before I go about the whole story, and yes, I have still not started my fantasy novel podcast, which I should, because I know it's going to be a fucking big hit. Because every time I mention like my taste in high fantasy in this place, like my listenership skyrockets. See me talking as if I've only done the fantasy stuff twice, and I think for the most part, like decent amount of views. Well, considering this is just a rant from a middle class third worlder, who most of the people are probably come from her WhatsApp like broadcast list. But like this is weird. It like gives the illusion that like, oh okay, people are listening to me, people are not listening to me, but like, do I care? Not really. Like it's disturbing how comfortable I have become with lacking human contact and not like seeking for it. Even though I have like multiple episodes where I'm like, I should go first, I should seek contact, I should cheer for my friends and be there for them and decide you want to be a vibe with somebody. I don't know. I need structure. I want to cheer someone forward. I want to be excited to speak to someone about plans and share them their own plans, and for them to encourage me to not be a YouTube wuss. Like, I hate the fact that tomorrow is Monday and like days are becoming a blur. I'm losing presence. I'm losing the ability to be present in me. It's like I'm in a different headspace when I'm in like a corporate environment. It's like just appear pleasant and present and have the answers and be capable. But it's like I remember I've written this, like the reason why I'm realizing like this podcast, this episode, I need to do something about my structures, my desires, how I want things to exist for me, is I have written it for the second time, one in one random notebook on my office laptop and one on my phone. I made it a calendar date so I don't forget this horror. That's Dayo. It's time to actively think about moving on to the next level. You can no longer get into a routine, a pointless routine, without having structure, without having plans, without deciding, okay, this is what we are doing next. We need structure. And sometimes I go into like fits of rage, angry about myself for wasting time, when I can obviously like see myself wasting time. Like 2 weekends that I could have gone with more Google Data Studio, with more exit plan strategy and planning. I spent it just consuming content, trying to be away from the world. Not even learning, like for office work, so I could like resume tomorrow with an A game and a will to live. But the question, that's the reason why, like, if I'm having these feelings again, there's always this question at the back of the mind. Maybe the problem is with me and not with those people. And I'm just like, I don't want it to be me. But then again, I think that is one of the reasons why this is a personal code of conduct. That maybe it is you. And like literally you have too much water in your eyes, because I get that a lot. It's like people would say mean things to me and tears would just come falling down, and I realized that cannot go with me to the corporate environment. That cannot, because people are malicious and terrible and take out their own inadequacies, their own lack of credibility, their own unimportance, their own waste of their own existence out on you. And that's not fine, of course, but like I'm stuck for the next 80 years because I don't have the confidence to exit this world, and I don't want to, so that's fine. So I'm stuck for the next 80 years having to deal with humans till I don't know. I don't even want to think about death, because there's this whole other philosophical rant and like structural things that haven't worked around in my mind about existence. And because I let me just veer off into religion, because I think like the reason why we keep on calling so much gods, so much everything, is like even the people who do mental gymnastics to like make everything fit their own narrative, they're still thinking. And I think if you are someone who's capable of thoughts, the mere idea that someone as special and as amazing as you, I don't even want to use the word special and amazing, like you who's aware of your existence, would cease to exist. And I think that is why religion will always continue. Whether you tell yourself, well, reincarnation is inevitable and our goal is to end your reincarnation, well, you don't really think you're that special enough to end your reincarnation. And those who feel like eternal heaven is the way to alleviate all of suffering, isn't that all the life's goal? Because it feels weird that of all the efforts and the horrors, it still all lacks meaning. it's all pointless. Like, what do I focus on? A work project, the world is ending, racism that I have never experienced physically. Like, I have probably experienced racism online, because obviously, like, as a young African on the interwebs, there's going to be like weird shit either pointed directly towards us you by one weirdo, or like when they realize you're African, or like general hate comments and shitty things to say about my continent. It's not great, by the way, but like, just because my continent is not great and we haven't done like anything great, I want to ask you, does that make me less of a human? Does that make my emotions invalid? Does that make my fears invalid? Does that make my ambition invalid? I don't know if I have ambition, actually. That's a different whatever. But enough of my veer off. It's a question of, what do I want to do with self? Who is self? Who is Dayo? I don't know. So what I currently want to do is to figure out to grind. And I think it's so weird how a lot of people have just decided, well, I'm not doing this. 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 A lot of people have just decided, well, they're not doing this. And if you just want, like, oh, okay, you're not doing this, well, you're not doing this. You're just not doing this. And you decide this is how you want to answer to yourself. These are the stories you want to provide, the narrative you want to express, how you want the stories to be. I cannot give you answers. I don't have the answers. I think I want to start my career for people who are serious, not young and hungry. What the fuck is that statement? I want to be somewhere that makes me feel secure. And if stability is my goal, but I do like the monetary stability. I love the monetary stability. I want to be somewhere that makes me feel secure and able to provide, able to spend, able to buy a whole cake and yogurt and eat it. I want peace, I want structure, I want happiness, I want a lot of things. And for that, I need to grind. I need to bring my A game where I am, so I don't get yelled at by, well, people. And I need to calm myself so I don't break into tears when I get yelled at. And I can't believe I'm about to get fucking angry thinking about it. And I'm just like, why did I waste my whole weekend when I could have been properly and structurally planning strategy? I don't want to be in a position where I'm talked to anyhow, and that is my only choice. I refuse that. I refuse that to be me in my old age. I refuse that. I rebuke that. Rebuke it by what power? Lol. This is just off point. And it's like, I think it's maybe because like you need to see my hand, like all the mosquito bites, like it's insane, like, and disgusting. Like, and the annoying thing is just, it's an obvious sign that Dayo did not take freaking time out to fleet her room. Just go outside, stay in the common room, fleet the room. She did not do that. Like, it's almost like she wants to get sick, like irreplaceably sick, and just like not be found. I literally had this weird idea, like, oh, okay, if I die in this room, I never leaves, nobody's going to like see me and notice that I'm gone for months. Ah, fuck. Well, obviously people will notice I didn't come to work or like sign in. I didn't show up to work, and people are going to call like, what the fuck happened to me? But like, I just realized if I didn't work and I died in this room, nobody would notice for months. I'd be weird. Peace and stability and sleep and good work and good structure and growth. I need to think up an exit strategy. I need to stop being terrified. I need to have peace. I need to know where I'm going to. I need to have a plan. I don't know. I don't know. And I'm just, it makes me wonder because like I seem to have a problem with almost every human that it makes me wonder like I think the problem might be with me. But like I'm pretty sure like I don't yet have the emotional maturity to self-diagnose my nasty issues. Oh my god, I'm probably going to have like oh god. I need to wear a long sleeve. My entire arm is covered with bug bites. Like not the other bug, like mosquito bites, and they're huge and disgusting. And I need to flee to my room. Ah, god, my hand, even my, oh my god, this is disgusting. It's like, oh yeah, she's not taking care of herself. Obviously, I can't get fat because then it's now be a physical sign that I'm not taking care of myself anymore, and I'm just like, I should put in effort to be healthy again. Oh god. This is TMI. This is a bunch of TMI on the internet. Imagine if this like gets to like work. I don't know. People shouldn't Google all the Dayo the call. Like I wonder if a personal code of conduct shows up and it's like, oh, you have a bunch of episodes and whatever. Like it's like I constantly keep on thinking of the past and like if I knew how to code from university, like what was I doing? Like, let's just leave secondary school Dayo alone. But, like, if I knew how to code from university, like, what was I doing? Where was my mind? What was my existence? Who was I? Or if I learned data analytics in, like, NYSC properly and not just like reading textbooks like or like going through the Coursera courses, finishing all of them, maybe like going through the Google one and the whatever, I'm looking for a position. If I got a remote position last year, that'd be really cool. Like and I would never have gone to like a graduate scheme as like a remote position last year. I'd have started your life with a cushy couple $1,000s, couple tens of thousands of dollars, working from home and having stability and being a vibe. I don't know, I think I've dragged it for long enough. This is another episode of TMI and a personal code of conduct. I think I'm going to call it the will to grind. Yeah. He has been a personal code of conduct and have a productive week. And this time I'm wishing to myself, my whole arm looks very disgusting. Like covered in bug bites, mosquito bites to be precise. It just looks very, very disgusting. Like very, very disgusting. Bye.